This is the largest bill we've done in my 9 years of being here to support farmers and support a healthy, locally grown food system.
That's Dylan Fernandes, state senator representing Barnstable and Plymouth, and chair of the Joint Committee on Agriculture and Fisheries. He's talking about the state Senate's unanimous passage of the Act Fostering Agricultural Resilience in Massachusetts, aka the Farm Bill. The bill expects to support more than 7,000 agriculture and aquaculture farms in the state, as well as strengthening local food supplies and bringing a boost to agrotourism.
This is about how do we level the playing field a little bit to make sure that we can keep farms viable here. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry when you combine it with aquaculture and fishing too. This is a massive industry here in Massachusetts. It's one that is not only historic but is what I view as a part of our state security. We know that with climate change, viability of different types of crops and different types of fisheries are going to become an issue. And so I think with this kind of macro uncertainty, it's really important not only for our public health, not only for our economy, but really for our security as a Commonwealth to have a locally grown productive food system.
The bill is large and encompasses many facets. It builds on tested programs to address capital needs, as well as zoning and agrotourism. It opens markets and makes provision for training the next generation of farmers.
So there's a lot. There's a lot to do with the support of grants and programs that we know have been really successful. One is the Healthy Incentives Program, which allows farmers to sell and the state to buy directly from farmers good, locally grown, fresh food that goes to people who are dealing with food insecurity. There's support for the farm to school movement, which is a really big and growing piece, especially on the Cape and Islands. The farm to school movement is a real bright spot in Massachusetts. We're a real model for the rest of the nation. This is about not only allowing but also encouraging, offering some financial incentives for schools to procure directly from local farmers. And so not only does it help farmers because it opens up a market, but it also supports our children, students getting whole foods that are locally grown.
Access to capital brings another set of tools to help keep farmland in production and farm businesses adapting to the market.
There's the support of the food infrastructure security grant. It's really to help farmers, help people in aquaculture get kind of support and funds that they need for their operations. The projects that I'm familiar with that have received that grant in the past were aquaculture projects. I visited one in Catama Bay, a group out there, not only doing tourism where they bring people out, they serve them wine, and then you go to the platform and you get to shuck, you need fresh oysters, pretty good deal. But they also have this tumbler out there that cleans the oysters. They were able to pay for that in part through this food security infrastructure grant.
It also addresses zoning issues that have impacted agrotourism and cranberry bog transfers.
And what's really important for our region in here is a piece around agrotourism, really breaking down barriers and red tape for farmers to support agrotourism. This is a really important piece to give farmers another source of revenue, another stream of revenue to make their farms profitable.
The bill now moves to the House and ultimately to the governor. It could become law by the end of the year.
It was a nice surprise for me because my great grandparents came here from the Azores 4 generations ago and settled on the Cape as strawberry farmers. And so this is kind of a nice full circle moment for me to not only chair this committee, but bring this together to the floor to pass the biggest agriculture and fisheries bill that we've done in decades.